Robbo, what did you make of last night? It seemed from the couch like it was an Origin epic.
Yeah, it was, two teams that were mentally ready to play. And it was going to take one or two people to crack for the game to open up. It was, everybody was on, everybody was very clear on their motivation to play the game, and they went after it, and that's what you want to see. It doesn't come down to plays, it comes down to efforts, and to watch that first half where no one gave an inch. Obviously New South Wales were dominant on field position and possession, but no one gave an inch and no tries scored, and what a great half it was. And then to open it up in the 68th, 70th minute there. It was an epic game.
How do you react when you hear the name Angus Crichton?
Yeah, it was an amazing, obviously, probably not the start he wanted there, but then came back on and just resumed normal proceedings for him, and was physical and brutal and combative there. Obviously with Cherry Evans, it was a good contest there, and then gets rewarded for just being his brutal self in those 3 games. So it was really proud to see him get the Wally Lewis medal.
What about his story?
Yep.
Have you ever seen a player come through what they've had to go through over an 18-month period, on and off the field, and rise to the occasion?
Yeah, never experienced that of last year to this year. Obviously, going through that, I think it's credit to himself, and then also it's a really good story for a lot of people that have gone through those, and what are you capable of, and Angus has shown that he can rise to the challenge and get himself back to the best version of himself, and then also perform at the highest level. So it's such an amazing story, but then also a good lesson for thousands and millions of people that have gone through mental health issues at some point, and then and having the belief and confidence to get back to their best version and more.
You mentioned how physically brutal that contest was.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it's like for those 34 players. Are you all boys to be backing up on Saturday?
I think so. They obviously had a big prep in. It's 3 days. We've got a bye coming up in a couple of weeks, but I need to check in. That's they all got cleared last night, but I need to check in with them in an hour or two, just to make sure that they're okay there, and then I'll make a decision before training tonight.
There'd be handy inclusions, because Nat was
Sure.
saying earlier in the week, the record against Storm, the Panthers, hasn't been what it's been like against other clubs, and ideally he'd like to have get that scout going into the finals. Is that how do you need to get this mentally or for your?
Our belief's really clear and it's really high, and all we can deal with is Saturday. We can't wait to play. The past, we've had some really tight tussles over the years. We're close last year in the semi-final, and then again here. But that's not enough. And now it's we're really clear on our footy. Nothing's sort of imperative, but our belief in what we can achieve on Saturday is really clear. So let's go after it.
Joseph Sully must be itching to get out there, to go from an Origin to not being able to play for such a long time. It's pretty tough.
Yeah, and he obviously the 4 weeks out. He was his 19th man or 20th man last night. So he's been involved in the camp, but it's time for him to play again. It's time for him to get back on the boots and get back out there for the Roosters. So he's trained really well. He's been really confident. I think he handled it really well, but it's time to play.
You spoke a couple of weeks ago about needing to, there's that fine line of aggression and getting technique right.
Yep.
How much has he worked on that to make sure he nails it?
Yeah, there's 2 things there. There's the physical work on the techniques that you want, tackling-wise, and then there's the mental sort of adjustment that you need to make on that as well. So, there's no guarantees, but he's gone through that process, and he's ready to go.
You've got another suspension to deal with. Again, you must be sick of those, but I read a story yesterday you're the most penalised team and have the most suspensions. Is that something you have to address?
Yeah, I think definitely. You know, for whatever reason, wherever it's wherever it's coming from, it's if we can improve that with where we're already sitting, then I feel like we can dominate the competition. And so that's on us to take lessons out of that. We'll play our style, but if we can improve our discipline, there has been some lessons there where that hasn't been the case. And we've been punished, obviously Sue, obviously Jared. There's been different ones at different times. But in game, we improve our discipline. Then we feel like and it's on us, we feel responsibility towards that. Then we can continue to improve in this competition.
You mentioned Jared, 4-week suspension. I wasn't at the hearing last week, but can I get your views on that length of the ban?
Yeah, it's obviously loading based on what, we went there because we felt like it wasn't a grade 2 and a grade 1. They didn't agree. So it goes from that 3 weeks to 4 weeks. I think it's a long period of time for that, but we can't hit guys in the head. So if we don't hit guys in the head, we don't get penalties, we don't get suspensions, and we get more possession of the ball. And when we do that, we'll win more games. So, you can have your thoughts, but the thing for us is we improve our discipline and we'll win more games. So let's do that.
We've stood here for the last couple of months joking with teammates and Luke himself about backflips. And he constantly said, no, the boots are hanging up, that's it. Do you know why he changed his mind? Did you get in his ear and say, look, mate, just go and enjoy a couple of years over in France, it's pretty good over there?
Yeah, we've let him know about his backflip at different times. The boys have enjoyed that, and a few French words coming out every now and then to Luke. But his time was done in the NRL. I think he felt like that was done. Super League, great competition, but not at the same level as NRL. For me, a coach in Steve Mack over there, and Mack rang me and said, is he done or is he done? And I said, well, my responsibility, I felt like, was to just let him know that was an opportunity, and then if he wanted to take it, then he could. So therefore the backflip happened on the retirement from rugby league, and it was the retirement from the NRL. So good opportunity for him. Great signing for Catalans, and go and continue and play a couple more years.
Can those players be, like we've seen Mitch, James Maloney,
Yep.
over there, how important can these NRL stars go over there for French rugby league?
Oh, it's huge. The French rugby league, I feel like it's improving. There's a lot more French players either going to the Super League teams. They're also playing week in, week out in the Catalans team. The French under-19s just beat the England under-19s, which was a big moment for us. We've been close over the years, but so there's some really good signs. We've got a French young player here playing in our under-19s and reserve grade. We've got the French under-19s team coming out to play Australian schoolboys, play the Roosters in September, October. There's some good things, and that's why players like that, Mitchell Pearce coming back, Jimmy Maloney coming back, and sprouting the game over there, teaching young guys how to play their roles quite well, and then enjoying the French lifestyle. I'd do it again if I was 25.
Do you get a percentage for Luke's deal? It sounds like he made it happen.
Yeah, he's tight, so I won't be getting any money off Luke. Okay, so it'd be nice. He should have mentioned it, but he hasn't yet.
If you got a deal for every Rooster that ended up in Perpignan, you wouldn't need a coach.
I know. I could.
11 or 12 or something?
I don't know. I don't know how many. Was there? Yeah, there is a lot. So I should ask Bernard Gouache, who's the chairman over there, if there should be even 1%. I'd be happy with 1%. That'd be a nice paying off the home loans. That'd be good. All right. Thanks.